I was born in Philadelphia and moved young into the suburbs of Bucks County. Attended a high school there that was one of the mega schools. Went to study afterwards in architecture and did very well in design and not so well in steel structures. So I ended up transferring into music and music composition. So from there, I was in school in Cincinnati, which was a very urban situation. From there, took my first position in farmland and depressed coal country in Schuylkill County, Pennsylvania. From there, I ended up spending some time trying to make the New York scene work, and then ended up working in Chalfont. My next teaching position was in Willow Grove, Pennsylvania, home of John Philip Sousa's band, who played every weekend there. Then I was asked to be a department chair. And in Pennsylvania, to be a department chair, you had to take administrative courses. And so I ended up enrolling in Temple University, taking some administrative courses. And one of the mentors there suggested that had I ever thought of being a principal? And I said, at that time, I don't have the number one requirement of a 52-inch waist. So I said no, but they encouraged me to do that. I ended up doing that and ending up as a vice principal in Sayre, Pennsylvania, and then as a principal in New Milford, Pennsylvania. And then I was recruited by the governor of Nevada into frontier area there in Lund to build a school that was 4 hours from Vegas, 4 hours from Elko, and 4.5 hours from Reno. He wanted to prove to the legislature that you could get a quality education in Nevada anywhere you lived. And so we put in a school where my computer to student ratio was 2.5 computers per kid. And my students enrolled in any course that was offered. And this was before lots of Zoom and COVID instruction. And students graduated, some of them with second semester status at BYU. So from that, I ended up as assistant superintendent in Battle Mountain, and then ended up as superintendent at Poplar in Montana. So I was on the res in a school that was 99% native born. And from there, retired and pursued now my composition background. I actually produce a concert series here in town, which is Music New to Great Falls. It's now in its third set of concerts. I desired to go, I'm actually sit on Neighborhood Council 6. I'm president of the Residents Association at Eagles Manor. There was a recruitment from the Democratic Party to look for candidates. And so I pursued that, actually showing them all of the skeletons that are in the closet when you are a superintendent. As one former superintendent of Havre shared with me, in the state of Montana, superintendents are the largest group of migrant workers. So they suggested, the party, because of my background that happened to be urban, suburban, rural, and frontier, that I was the best candidate to be running for House District 25. Because 25 comprises parts of Great Falls, and then it goes to Vaughan, Sun River, Sun Prairie, over to Sims, Cascade, Ulm, the colonies, all of the small towns, St. Peter's, all of the places in between, all the historical places, both ranches and with a economic range that goes from low poverty to high middle class, as well as a couple gentlemen farmers out there. So I decided to, okay, maybe I can be of some assistance there. So
Okay.
I went from there.
Yeah, and that kind of was kind of maybe the second question I was going to ask you was why were you running for public office? And so you were, your background, the Democrats kind of
They kind of approached,
recruited you.
they recruited me. There are three major issues that are of my concern. The first, of course, is education, and one of the things that I learned in Nevada was that I could actually make available to any student any course that they wanted. I actually had one student enrolled in cosmetology, which was, as her mother shared with me, probably the best thing that happened to her because she found out she really didn't like it. I had a girl who passed with glowing colors from the University of Nevada, Reno, Accounting 1 and Accounting 2. And the summer after she passed them, she went to apply for a job at the Bureau of Land Management in Ely, Nevada. And the funny story is that, and if I'm rambling, so the funny story is that she was sitting in the office for the interview, and the interviewer came out, and she said, "Well, how are you? Where's your mother?" And she said, "Well, she's out in the car." "Well, is she coming in?" She said, "What for?" "Well, for the interview." I said, "Why would she do that?" "I'm here for the interview." She was 14. She could not take the job because they had to be 18. I had children graduate with Cisco certification. The only thing that stopped us from Microsoft certification was the sterile lab that we needed to have. But we could offer any course on interactive video. In that particular location, we also had training for the EMTs, for nurses, for anybody that needed something. I taught adults Microsoft Office and music theory that went out to about 6 different classrooms across the state. So that was the first thing, is education. We can have that same sort of thing here in Montana. There's no reason why we can't, that we can't offer every child in any school here a quality education. The other issue that I've got is I'm retired and I'm currently living at Eagles Manor. And if you've been following the news, we are looking at decreases in cares for elderly. We have a nursing home, which was not a very, did not have a really great reputation, but it closed. And that was for heavy duty care. So we don't have anything like that now. The place that I'm living is for independent living and some assisted living, and it is now being auctioned. My concern is there is no continuum of care. We do not have a series or any decision making. A lot of the residents at the place that I am at are drive by and dump. Their kids don't want them, or they don't have any family anymore. Who's making decisions? And that's something that needs exploration and something the legislature needs to address. The other concern I have is, of course, the taxing issue and the unfairness of it right now, and the fact that it is so unevenly enforced and unevenly determined and is not transparent. I'm very concerned about the lack of transparency. I came from a state where transparency, definitely in Pennsylvania, thank you, Benjamin Franklin, that everything had to be transparent, and in Nevada, they fought that battle of transparency. And Montana, I am finding it, I'm very concerned about the last legislative session that there was no transparency, and we have decisions that now we are paying the price for. And it needs to be addressed.
Yeah, well, and again, that was going to be my next question, the issues that you feel are of importance. Kind of off that last one, rising property taxes seem to be a concern for many people in this area, all over the state. So do you have any thoughts or ideas on providing property tax relief while still maintaining enough money for essential services?
The thing with property taxes, Pennsylvania is also a state that relied very heavily on property tax. When I had a condominium in Cheltenham, I used to tell people who complained about their taxes, you need to remember that mine school taxes were $4,000 a year. I had a police tax, I had a fire tax, I had a water tax, I had a sewer tax, I had a per capita tax. And I was 100 yards from the border of Philadelphia, where you also had a wage tax, whether you lived there or not. If you worked in the city, you had a 2% attachment to your wages. One of the things that I learned when I was negotiating contracts back in Pennsylvania was when we were doing extracurricular contracts, there was a thing called what was the worth, what was the assessment of what you were doing. And then what happened was, what is the rate of that assessment? The current problem right now is, what I understand in the history, is that assessments in the state were every 7 years. We are now looking at assessments that have been at every 2 years. There's a lot of concern about properties that adjoin another one that are sold at a higher rate, and then all the adjoining properties now are reassessed at that rate. And it's like, I never did anything to that property. I've not built on it. I've not improved it, but all of a sudden it's gone from a worth of $50,000 to $250,000, and I've not done anything. So why? That's a big question. Then the whole part of the rate of the assessment is a concern. Why are we giving right now money back in rebates when you could have fixed it up front? And I ask questions and I get roundabout answers. I sat with some of my people on the other side of the aisle, you would say, and the question was raised in a meeting with the county commissioners and the city commissioners, and there were no straight answers. And the question I ask is, why can't we get a straight answer? Why is this being secretive? Why are there meetings going on right now with supposedly the governor's task force when the legislature isn't even in session? All things are being predetermined, and that transparency bothers me.
So James, how, if elected, how would you prioritize allocating money when the state has a budget surplus?
Yeah, the surplus, it bothers me, because why do we have that and the city of Great Falls doesn't have its allotment? We still have to repair roads. We still have to pay for the schools. We still have to pay for training. We have a shortage of teachers. We have a shortage of trained teachers. We have services that the city had that have just ended. I also participate with the community band, and the city used to subsidize that. Doesn't do that anymore. Subsidize the symphony? No, it doesn't do that anymore. Do you do anything with 4th of July? Well, we have donors that do that. Well, what are you there for? And why is the money, are you investing in another Cayman account? I mean, the money's there to be used. It's the people's money. You've collected it. Nothing much more to say than to say we need to see what's going on and why is it that some agreements are not honored. I think the comment that was made from Rick Tryon at the last meeting was, how come when we were supposed to get this particular money, you made that money as a personal gift to every resident rather than our coffers, which was supposed to pay for the sewer and the roads and the fire and the police. It's, what are you holding it back for? What games are you playing? What tit for tat? And that's part of that transparency and that kind of manipulation, which I think it needs to end.
James, we see in this country, and I've seen it in some lawmaking bodies too, maybe a lack of civility and a lot of, what would you do? I mean, what do you think we can do to improve bipartisanship?
I just think that the last legislative session was abhorrent. The way that people were treated, to lock someone out, to lock the doors, to not give people the right to voice, to take a microphone away from somebody, to put somebody out in the lobby on a bench and then hire your family to make sure they didn't have a bench to sit in. This was just, I mean, this is almost as bad as the Texas legislature that was being mocked by Mary Richards and Molly Ivins. And I don't think that's what Montana wants. Montana does not want to say you're okay and you're not. They want to, this is for us. This is the people that are here. This is frontier land. I mean, I had a principal once that said, we're in that part of the country where if you go outside your back door, you're part of the food chain. So you have to remember that we depend on each other for that particular survivor. You don't get to say, oh, well, you're beneath my concern. Some of that civility is just because they could. That they could be uncivil to somebody and get away with it. Bullying. It's a lot of bullying.
Okay. Anything else, James, that you would like to add about the campaign or anything?
It's very difficult for me to campaign because the area that I have, and I know what happens at the manor where I'm living, if I mail a postcard, the trash can is right there. It goes, if I end up texting, what are you bothering me for? I don't have anything to say to you. If I'm doing a texting and a phone call, if I'm going knocking at the door, the reputation of my particular district is that if they see me walking up the road, they're checking to see the rock salt that happens to be in their shotgun. So to reach them, to let them know that I'm available and I have a different view. One of the things I should share, if I still have the time, when I first went into administration, I had another administrator who said to me, you don't have any right to be here. And the reason he said that was because I was not the Myers-Briggs personality to be a school principal. And in Pennsylvania, you had the right to strike. And it seems as though 98% of all of the administrators in Pennsylvania were coaches. And coaches have a way of playing win and lose. And so when you go into a negotiation, I win this, you lose that. And so it's always adversarial. I'm a musician. I build things. No one goes to a concert looking to see somebody fail. You go to a basketball game, half your crowd is going home upset. You go to a concert, nobody goes home upset. So music people and arts people build consensus. They build things from what they hear. I had one woman who was president of the Reading Choral Society who said at a meeting, there is more wisdom around the table than at the head. And that was how she ran her organization. And it was very successful.